Hi, welcome to Demo Garage. I'm Steven, and in today's episode, I'm going to be replacing this. This is the surround that goes around the handle for the sunroof, and mine looked really bad. This is the original one. It was heat soaked. I don't know if you can see the fastener there, and it's broken in a few places. And to me, it just looked bad. I didn't like it, and it is kind of unobtainium probably. I reached out to John, who supplied me with the outer fabric, and he can supply you with the inner fabric for these sunroofs. And I was pleased to find out that he makes a quality 3D print. I found one and will include the link to his 3D prints in the description of this video. But this is going to be just a quick video, and ultimately it's some old footage that I came across. I realized I hadn't done a TVR video in a while. So this will wet your whistle a little bit. It's not that I don't have plenty of projects on the TVR, I do. It's just that I'm enjoying driving it and don't want to take the car down for an extended period of time just yet. And probably won't until after an October British car show. The same show that you can find a video in one of my earlier videos for the TVR. I've signed up for the same show. It's in San Diego on Coronado, and looking forward to driving the car down to it. And I don't want to take on any big projects that take the car off the road, and fear that I won't have it ready for that show that's coming up. So anyway, long story short, this video is going to be a quick one. It's just replacing this surround on my sunroof, and let me show you how that worked out. Okay, so here's the handle surround from the sunroof that I'm planning on replacing. And it's kind of I don't know if it's injection molded, probably. It's original to the vehicle, and I've got a little bit of a break here in the handle itself, but I think that's not super noticeable. But this guy is all broken up, and I've got a replacement, a 3D printed unit from John Morgan that I purchased. And so the first thing I'm going to do is remove this old one, and then I'll compare it with the one I got from John. It's pretty simple. There are two tiny little screws that you can get to. Let's see. I'll show you. It's going to be difficult in here in the lighting and everything, but so I'm going to pull these two little screws out. I'm going to pull this off, and then I'll bring you back on the workbench. Okay, so here's the two surrounds, and this is the original. And I don't know if you can see this, but the screw hole is extended, and it's relatively broken. It's broken up here. Not sure what's going to come across in these videos. It's broken up, but it is mountable. We've got some brakes in it. It's split in a few places, and it looked perfectly fine. And I had thought about, I'm a bit of a 3D printer myself, if you've seen some of my other videos. And so I thought about trying to figure out this geometry and making myself, making myself one. But then, as it turns out, when I contacted John Morgan, who supplied me the materials to recover the exterior of my sunroof, I asked him if he knew of someone that recreated these, and he said he did. So I purchased it. So that saved me a bunch of time, and I do think this is a really nice, high quality 3D print, and I have not tried to install this in place yet. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know if this happened due to the heat or whatever, but the shape in this bottom here where the screws go in just isn't quite right. The surfaces you're going to see on this 3D print, I think, are really nice and high quality, and obviously not split and broken. Yeah, it looks really good overall. This inside surface, which you're not really going to see because the handle goes in here, looks pretty bad, but this is part of 3D printing, and I'm not surprised at that at all. And I think I'm going to try and clean this up a little bit before test fitting and installing. It's not like I can send this part back. So I'm going to experiment with trying to clean up this surface. This is the only surface I think I'm going to try and touch and make a little better. Everything else looks really good. Hopefully it fits as nice as it looks. So let me try cleaning that up, and then I'll bring it back if I have any success. Otherwise, I'm just going to install it with whatever condition I can get it to. So let me bring it back. Okay, so I think I might have found a convenient way of trying to clean up the surface. My little belt sander does conveniently fit in this groove. So I'm going to spend a minute or two seeing if I can't clean this up. I've got it turned on and slowed down to its slowest possible setting. So give me a minute and let me see if I can make any progress with this.
A few moments later.
Okay. So that only took a very short period of time, and I think that cleaned up quite well. I might spend a little bit of time with a file or some sandpaper by hand, but I think that looks a ton better than it did previously. So I think that I might do that, and then the next clip I'm going to be in the car and seeing how well this geometry works. So hopefully that'll go right in and be an easy peasy mount with these two tiny little screws. So yeah, that was worth doing. That worked out great. I'll bring it back. Okay, one more step before I try and install this. I'm using the original screws, which are flatheads, and there is not a taper incorporated into the 3D print. So I'm going to spend a minute and use this drill tip and try and grind myself a place for the flathead to go, so it's a nicer fit. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so that's a lot better. So I'm going to do the same to this other side, and then I'm probably going to bring you back for a reinstall in another clip. All right, so I've got it installed. It was as simple as you might have expected. The handle out of the way, I put the two original screws in. This I think looks way better. I like the matte finish with my new headliner, and I can honestly say that it's a nice fitting 3D print that John's put out a high quality part. And yeah, so I'm gonna call this a day, and I want to thank you for joining me at Demo Garage. I hope you learned something. I know I did. So until the next video, bye.